Alrighty, action. Get to showing you guys this Grand Trunk Arbigo. Now, from what I've seen, the most that you need are this side and that side. And that kind of gives you a storm mode. And I have these I've been using lately. They're a pretty nice little, I don't know, puller for the line. They stay locked pretty good. Just for show, I have this. I'll do a feature on some stakes too. That's a Dutch carbon stake. Kind of hurts your hand a little bit when it goes in, and if you push too hard it snaps, but it's a good lightweight stake for most uses. So these I can move around. They're just what they call lark's headed, just wrapped around the loop. And if you set this shelter up on the ground, I found these are about the most effective loops. You can put a trekking pole through the top and you get a little A-frame triangle of a barrel shelter there. And I found it's pretty good. It stayed up a while. You can set it up on these loops, but it just won't. You can play with all that. You can move these around because they're just larks headed on there. And then I come around here and I got the other type of line tensioner, and I've never had too bad of luck with these as long as you got them in there and you're pulling from the correct side. Like sometimes it's easy to mix them up and be having this go into the stake. That's the wrong end. But for example, I put the triangle here. Normally all my diamond tarps I just run 2 lines, but this diamond is so big. Like my other one is 12 foot long and 9 foot down to the diamond. So what I'm saying is that, you could easily do it like the other side. Just stake it to the ground, or maybe just have a couple pieces of string hanging down if you want. It's just such a big triangle. All you really technically need would be to cut it off, kind of like they do here, and just get rid of the weight of that. But I like the simplicity of the diamond. It's just, what I'm saying is, by the time you lower the thing into storm mode, you're hitting the ground here, and you almost need these storm ties that they have on here. So a lot of times, you can just forget that triangle. I just have some cheap cordage on there if you don't want the weight. And if you decided to use the triangle sides of it, you could just take off your lark's heads and just use them. I like that, but I guess I'll show you what I mean. You don't really need this. I mean, that could just be hanging down there and you stake it out, or just leave it. I'm saying you don't. I like the coverage of the tarp for, like, say, bike packing or whatever. Or a big hammock. I wanted to try and get it on some of my longer hammocks. Oh yeah! There's a 10-foot Yukon Outfitters in there. It's a pretty decent sized hammock, and it's got, a couple feet of coverage. But that said, because of the shape of this tarp, it's got that bow down it for hammocks. You almost need that storm mode if the snow's blowing and the rain. Lower it all the way down on that sucker. But yeah, I've got a couple other videos where I just pitched it on the ground. They don't really label it a hammock tarp. They show you these pictures of the different ways you can set it up. But I just went with the ridge line. If you got a sewn ridge line, you could do some different things, but I wasn't going to beat it up too bad.